Did this sketchbook cope with all the art materials that I want to use? How did I get on? Well, let's see. Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's video. My name's Rebecca of Artistrebeccals, and this is the channel where we have fun with art and we fill many sketchbooks. And this is a completed sketchbook. Welcome to another sketchbook tour. Let's go. Okay everybody, this is my very first Fabriano Venezia sketchbook in A5. Now, it's actually a little bit larger than A5, which is brilliant. It's been adapted. I've adapted it. You may have seen me mentioning it, maybe in other videos or on Instagram, that I have done a Velcro. They were cable ties. The trouble was they're double-sided sticky, so I had to cover the top side in paper, which technically isn't very practical because it wears off. But this was a prototype, and I've still got my eye out for other ideas, because with it being thicker paper, it does tend to not want to close, like normal sketchbooks. So, let's get into it. I got this around December, January 2025. And I started it on the 16th of January. And this is the first page of that day. And I'm using a mixture of my stuff. The acrylic marker here by Pebeo, fluorescent pink. I'm using the Holbein watercolours. I'm using my fountain pen for outlining. And it looks like Neo colours as well. So I tried to use as many materials as I could to test the paper. Again, this is the acrylic marker here. I was trying to add pink because they are my favourite colours, the pink and the yellow. But though they're my favourite colours, it doesn't really suit my artwork, I don't think. But we get to the rest later. I then got some gold watercolour by Colorio, I think. Some gold watercolour. I just wanted to see if it was any good for my work, and I'm not too sure about it, to be honest. And also, if you're scanning your work, fluorescence and glitter things don't scan well at all. It's literally, you would use gold for selling original artworks. Then I've got a cat. I use a lot of reference images from places like Pixabay or Unsplash. And again, I'm using a mix. I've got some pencil at the end, and that's going to be my Caran d'Ache Luminance or my Derwent drawing pencils. And the same here is watercolour mainly, and using my fountain pen. And these are the 17th of January. Then we've got some no outlining at all. I was trying my best to not outline in pen, and they look smudgy to me. And I have a feeling that they're Neo colours, Neo Colour 2s. And this was the 18th. And then this is the 17th. So I was jumping around a bit, doing some thumbnailing. And these are all coloured pencil. But I primed the back using the Art Americana, very fluid, banana cream acrylic paint. I've got that on my channel. Then a Scapigliata on the 18th, using Conte to test the paper, and it works quite well for the Conte. And then we've got watercolour and rainbow pencil and my fountain pen. This was the 18th. then a selection of birds on the 20th and the 19th. And these are watercolour with the background in that banana cream pie acrylic, which I thought was sweet. And then on the 19th, we've got pizza. And the 20th is a selection of birds again. And then more birds. I'm obviously, because I'm selling original artwork, it's birds that I have for sale. And so I'm doing a lot of birds in my sketchbooks at the moment. And then we've got some Eurasian sparrowhawks. And then I'm not sure what date this was. Must have been the same day. This is the 24th of January. I just did a selection of the trees. And this background is the Eco Line yellow pen. Then I had a go at doing kind of gingham pattern tablecloths and coffee mugs and cups. And that is the 22nd or to the 23rd. So it took me, 2 days. And then I kind of stopped. I'd lost interest. Back to the birds. And I did a page, and I shared this on Instagram, called Our Garden Birds. So I went through listening and obviously watching our bird feeder and seeing the birds that were around, and just drew some, looking at reference. And I did that on the 24th of January. So we've got Donnox and common magpie, the great tit, the Eurasian blue tit, the European stone shat, missel thrush, European robin, the European tawny owl, the coal tit, the citril finch, the Eurasian blackbird, and the European turtle dove. That's just a few. And then on the next page, I was doing the Egyptian goose. Well, it's a selection of geese, actually. Then we've got the European tawny owl. But I didn't date these 2 pages. But it's January. And then on this page, I've dated the 24th to the 29th. Because it took a while with the references, and there's many birds I was capturing here. And then here also, I like the layout. It's come out quite sketchy and nice, but I didn't date the pages, but it's going to be January. So here I dated, it's the 27th, and this one's the 28th. And I didn't colour these 2. I was kind of probably getting tired. Then I was having a concept idea for selling my artwork. There's lots of planning goes into it. And I was thinking eventually I might be selling maybe cards or something that has the nests and the eggs related to the birds, and have it as a collection to the particular birds that I sell. And I also was going to do the habitats of the bird and their food sources. So then I go on to a selection of, parrots, sandpiper, woodpecker, a Kerguelen tern. I don't think I've pronounced that right at all. And the emperor penguin. And then here, didn't date it again. Just another variety of random ducks, birds, anything really. This is made up. I was planning different layout backgrounds for my original paintings, and that's a made-up bird. And I was kind of having a go at doing different robins, but then I was thinking, well, this is too standard. But this was on the 7th of February. We're now into February. And then this is the 8th and the 15th of February. So I was jumping back and forth. And then here we did this together, these two. There's a video on my channel. The Tennessee Warbler and the Eurasian Wren. I didn't get to finish the last three, or two over here. And then I quite like this spread. And this was on the 9th to the 10th of February. And then this page was the 9th. And it's come out nice. It's the watercolour, the Holbein watercolours, and my fountain pen. And then I squiggle at the back with the pencil. And then again, it's the standard watercolour, but the backs I had a go at filling in using the Ecoline brush pen. Then I changed completely and I did boats, because I do like to do sailboats. And I used that gold. I kind of made up and created my own sailboat, if I had one. Would be those colours with the gold masts, and the cords and cables would all be gold, but then it would probably sink because it's too heavy. And then I used I'm thinking about banana cream acrylic again, but when I used the watercolours it didn't come out so great, so I stopped and went on to do the watercolours. This is the 24th for this, and this came out quite nice actually, doing wrens, apart from these up here. So we've got 3 wrens, and then a hawfinch, an evening grosbeak, and a brambling. Then I've done some insects, but I didn't use pen. I didn't outline except for a couple. And then we've got parrots. We've got a puffin. This was just, I've got to, it's a dead page. Then I'm doing the puffins. This was the 13th of March now. We've gone into the emperor penguins. And then I didn't add colour to this. It was just outlines of more birds. And then I've done watercolour teacups again on the 24th of March. And then I was having a go at the 2 rarest mammals on Earth. And it's the Etruscan shrew and the bumblebee bat. Apparently the bumblebee bat is the smallest, it's the world's smallest mammal by length. The Etruscan shrew is the world's smallest mammal by mass. And I'm going to do something with that in a different sketchbook later. Now we've got a koala bear on the 19th of April. And apples on the 19th to the 20th of April. And the 20th I did snails. Also on the 20th I did a variety of different animals. Also on the 20th I had a go at doing a watercolour scapigliata in here, and the paper held up well, as well as doing this eagle and the giraffe. And then a sloth. This was the 21st to the 22nd of April, the sloth. And the 21st, I did the toucan. This came out terrible. It's like an evil donkey. I was trying to do a donkey. I have trouble doing horses and donkeys. And the more I tried to get the depth and the shadows, the more it came out evil, like it's got no eyes, so I just stopped. But the gorilla came out well. I hadn't done a gorilla before, and that was the 21st to the 22nd of April. Then I did another kind of kitten on the 23rd, as well as a donkey, which came out okay over here. So again, it was the reference images as well, you know. And then on the 23rd, I did a honeybee in a flower. And then a chameleon, I think it's a chameleon, I'm not sure, on the 23rd. And then I can't remember what that was. It was a particular species, and that was on the 23rd. Again, I'm thinking this could be a gecko, I don't know. Could be the same day I did that. Then I didn't date this. I assume it's the 25th, like the Northern Cardinal, but obviously it's a bunny. Then I did a raccoon on the 25th of April, and a cheetah, I think was, oh, this is the 26th of April, but I think I should have outlined it, but it's okay. Then I did a very loose goat on the 26th. This went terribly wrong. It was my first brown bear, but it was so big he covered the entire page on the 26th of April. Then the fox, which I was really pleased about. I haven't done a proper fox so big, and I like how it came out. That's the 26th. Then I did a wolf, also on the 26th. Then I had to go at doing a VW camper van in my colours. If I had one, that's what I would have it look like. It would be my art bus, or the art van, or something like that. And then this is the Arctic fox on the 27th. And then a rhinoceros on the 27th. Another wolf on the 28th. And then this is a kind of goose I was trying to go for on the 28th. And then the Humboldt penguin on the 28th. A cup of tea or coffee on the 28th. Then I think I had to go at trying to do a hamster or something on the 28th. Then we have another snail on top of a twig, but again, did it too dark. This was the 29th, both of these. And I quite like how this cup came out. It's quite thick. And then with the last page is an orange on the 29th. So, finished on the 29th of April, 2025. And that is the end of that. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Subscribing is completely free, and when you do, you'll be notified instantly when I upload a new video, which happens every week. Sometimes there's also bonus content. And so I will see you on the next video. Bye.
Windows down, scattered clouds, smell of spring outside. Open road, you sitting close. Let's go somewhere far away. 'Cause if all I have is you, then I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine. Heading for the western shore, while the sun it slowly fades. Days are full, and I'll spend them with you. Let's go somewhere far away.